Hi friends, welcome to this class. So we were discussing about geometry, shape and hybridization, right? So in this class, let us discuss the geometry, shape and hybridization of ClF3, right? So previous video, I asked you a question, right? Why chlorine exhibits only ClF3? Why bromine BrF5? Why iodine IF7? All these are halogen family only. Why chlorine doesn't exhibit ClF5? Right, that is the common question all people, students will ask, right? So the reason for that is, see, these are halogens, right? Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. So this is the group, and we know that within the group, as we go from up to down, the size increases, right? So it belongs to second period. This belongs to chlorine, belongs to third period. This belongs to fourth period, and this belongs to fifth period, right? So as we go down the group, size increases. So fluorine size is this much, chlorine size is this much, bromine size is this much, and iodine size is this much, right? So increases. So this is fluorine, bromine, and iodine. So see, for chlorine it can have only 3 fluorine, right? Because one more fluorine or two more fluorine, if I go on to add, what happens? Fluorine means one bond it will form, other 3 will be lone pair. So here also lone pair, and here also lone pairs. So repulsion will be more. If I add 2 more fluorine, so it can have only 3 fluorines, right? Are you getting? If I add few more fluorine, like see, here one more fluorine, here one more fluorine, because of these lone pairs, repulsion will be more, the molecule will be unstable, and those molecules doesn't exist only. So only these molecules, ClF3 will exist, ClF5 doesn't exist. So we are not going to study about the hybridization or shape or geometry of ClF5, because we in nature or in compounds will get only ClF3, not ClF5. Same thing with bromine also. So bromine, since its size is more, it can occupy more than 3. So it will occupy 5 fluorine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. If I add one more fluorine or 2 more fluorine, then again repulsion. Because of repulsion, that compound is unstable and it doesn't exist only. Right. It doesn't exist in nature only. So BrF7 doesn't exist. Right. Since iodine size is very high, very large, very massive body it has, so it can easily occupy fluorines. 7 fluorines it can occupy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right. So this was the thing I forgot to tell in last video, so I told it in this video, right? So next, let us see. Now in last class we saw the electronic configuration. So chlorine, its atomic number was 17. I told how to determine atomic number also, right? And its electronic configuration is it is like helium, neon, right? So it is neon, 3s2, 3p5 and 3d0, right? So this is the electronic configuration. So neon, right? So can I write it like this? 3s2 means like this, s2, p means 3 will be there, and d means 5 like this, 3, 4, 5, right? So 3s2 means 2 electrons, 3p5, 5 electrons, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and 3d0, no electrons, right? And here fluorine, they comes like 5 F minus. So I will call it as ligand only. When these 3 fluorine approach to this we call it as ground state electronic configuration. Ground state. When these fluorines approach to them, because as fluorine is coming, they get excited because it is also having electron density, and these are also having lone pairs electrons, right? So because of those things it will get excited. During excitation what happens? This lone pair is there, right? So it will, one of the electron jumps here, right? So now excited electronic configuration. So what we will get? We will get this thing. You can see here, right? So 2 electrons are here, These lone pairs will remain as it is, and this electron shifted here, right, and this is same here. During the shift it will shift like this only, always first spin will be always upside only, right. And how many fluorines are coming? 3 fluorines are coming. So 1 fluorine, 2 fluorine, 3 fluorine. Before they combine, what they will do, see, all are different, they will hybridize. Hybridize means all these will combine with them only. One S is there, so yes. How many P? 1, 2, 3. 3 P. And how many D? Only 1. sp3. Like that they will combine. So its hybridization is sp3 hybridization. Why they combine is that, if you see energy, they will be having different energy. 3s may be here, and 3p, this 3p energy may be little above, and 3d energy will be little above. If they do hybridization, they come into a shape or geometry in which its sp3 hybridization will be almost like this, because that stability it will get, right. So sp3, they came up with the hybridization sp3, and I told geometry of sp3 will be trigonal bipyramidal. So its a structure will be like, see, here I have chlorine. So at center, let me show it by chlorine like this. Trigonal means trigonal like this. Bipyramidal. One bond will be above and one bond will be below like this. So this is the shape, trigonal bipyramidal, right. So this triangle, this, see, let us assume this is my triangle, right, triangle. One ligand will be above, other ligand will be below. So trigonal bipyramidal, right. And how many fluorines are there? Since all these will hybridize and it will form sp3, so can I write all, I will combine like sp3, 1, 2, 3 and D. So this is the sp3. So here it has got 2 lone pairs and 3 unpaired electrons like this. Now fluorine will approach. So fluorine I told, they will be having 3 lone pairs and 1 electron like this, right. Similarly this will also be having like this, and these lone pairs will combine and they will form chlorine ClF3, right. And chlorine will be having 2 lone pairs, right. How many bond pairs? 1 bond, 2 bond, 3 bond. So ClF3. So now we know the structure of this sp3d hybridization. This is trigonal bipyramidal. Triangle is there which is in plane. One of the bond will be above, one of the bond will be below, and we have 3 fluorine, right. So now where to add fluorine? Can I put like this? 1 fluorine here, 2 fluorine here, 3 fluorine here, right. One possibility. You will ask, sir, can I write like this? So chlorine will be center, no doubt. One will be above and one bond will be below, right. And this trigonal bipyramidal will be in plane, right. So instead of putting fluorine here and here, I will put, sir, here. 1 fluorine I will put here and other fluorine I will put here, right. 3 fluorines, right, and 1 more fluorine here. But I will tell, this will exist, this won't. You will ask, why, sir? The reason is, see, if you see bond angle, and it means, see, ClF3, here 3 fluorine I have put, and here I will put lone pairs here. And if that is the structure, I should place this lone pairs here, and it doesn't exist. The reason is, see, what is the bond angle in trigonal? So it is planar, right. So its bond angle, if you see, this is 120, right. From here, if you see this bond angle, it is 120, and from here to here it is 120, and from here to here it is 120. Bond angle is 120 degree. And if you see, since it is planar, trigonal, and one of the bond is above like this, right, one of the bond is below and one of the bond is above. If you see bond angle, it will be 90, since it is planar and bond angle is like this. So here this plane and this fluorine, this bond will be 90 degree. So if I place these lone pairs at this position, so fluorine and with this plane it will be 90 degree. So repulsion will be more. Repulsion is more, right. If I place the same lone pairs here in the plane, the bond angle is 120 degree. So it is more than 90 degree. So lone pairs are away from each other. 90 degree means lone pairs are here only. Sorry. One lone pair is here, other lone pair is here. So repulsion will be more. If 120 means bond angle will be like this. So repulsion will be reduced. So molecule is stable. So whenever you or me, everybody, when they got lone pairs, they should place this lone pairs where bond angle is more. It means here lone pairs we can place, right? And fluorine will be placed in axial positions, right? And also in trigonal planar they will call this C. So this is chlorine. Its structure will be like this, right? And one fluorine will be above other fluorine. So these bonds are there, right? These vertical bonds, these are called axial bonds. And here this bond which they will form with chlorine, these are called equatorial bonds. So whenever we have lone pairs, they should be placed in equatorial, right? In TBP structure, trigonal bipyramidal structure, TBP, trigonal bipyramidal. So that is the thing. So if you see, so what is the hybridization? Let me remove this all. Yes, hybridization is sp3d, and this we call it as geometry, trigonal bipyramidal. Shortly we will write TBP, trigonal bipyramidal, and it is nothing but geometry. And I told geometry means here chlorine will be there like this. It is the geometry. All these are in one plane, and one above bond and one below bond will be there, right? So that is the geometry. But here what happens, this is having two lone pairs, right? Only three bond pairs. So structure we called, here chlorine is there, one lone pair I will place here, this side, and this side lone pair, and one fluorine here, one fluorine above, one fluorine below, and this is the structure which is in the plane, right? And here we have lone pairs like this. So I can show these are lone pairs, right? So to tell the shape, geometry no doubt, sp3d, geometry is TBP. If they asked in the exam what is the shape of this ClF3, it's not TBP. Geometry is TBP, but shape is C. If you see, it is like T, no? One fluorine, one fluorine, one fluorine. So these bonds only you should see. So shape is T shaped we call. We should not count lone pairs while telling geometry. While telling shape. Only lone pairs are counted while telling geometry. Because see, we are counting it. One lone pair, two, and these bonds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So sp3d, 1, 3, 4 and 1, 5. We are counting these lone pairs in hybridization, that is in geometry. To tell geometry we count the lone pairs. To tell shape we are not going to count lone pairs. We will count only this. If you see the structure, how it looks, simply we will ignore these lone pairs and we will see it is T shaped. So this is the about ClF3. In next class let us see a few more things.